And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in the Shadow Empire at the beginning of round 142. Where we were presented with 7 decisions. Apparently one of our recycling centers is emptied out. So Biobrun did declare on us. Applied Science. You're probably the guy I hired for that role. Which is a bit disappointing because it's a bit inept at it. Maybe it was supposed to be this guy. Camp 4. Not really good at anything to start with, but we'll get much better as time goes on. We did have an appoint commander, so let's appoint the commander here. Oh no, you're probably the military guy I recruited. We just got a really good military guy. Okay. In fact, you're so good. You are so good with getting Cap 4 with an into 37 that we're not going to give you the military role. Because even though you're not very good at it to start with, you're gonna, good old Duncan Star-Lord here is gonna grow into the position of head of the Applied Science Council.
Wilco. Aye, aye, sir.
Yeah, you're not gonna do. This is the Applied Science Council. You don't do any discovery. You do research.
Wilco.
Thinking. We'll probably go. Well, we're obviously doing optimization here, so it's what sort of optimization do I want? Solar power, fuel power. Increase the real production of your assets. Let's do some small arms optimization. Make one next time we're up our infantry, it'll make the infantry better. Heavy aircraft, 2 engine. Set these up as level bombers. Actually, I should do this with the blueprint things. It'll be easier, the blueprint thing. Do something like that. 25x bomber with a 10,000 kilogram. Yeah, 10,000 kilogram bomb load. When we actually get to use some of these planes, they'll wreak havoc, as you can see with the attack helicopter. Yes, refuses demand, but buy him some beers. He fails the roll. Okay, we're not in range with this level. Readiness. Time to move you up. Closer to the front. That's classy. Wait, how bad is ruins for tank combat? About as bad as the forest. So we'll probably have the tanks attack into this next time to encircle these guys here so we can get rid of at least a little bit more of the arachnids. Push the road into that hex. And we're successfully pushing forward. I don't necessarily know what that is that we just passed. One sort of mean thing I can kind of do is, because I had a pact with these guys, these two are now at war with each other. But there is some potential I could stop the war on my end. Oh no, we don't have enough opinion for that to work, okay. Oh, and they're not open to it. They're not open to it at all. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to try to form a battle line real quick.
Move it now!
If they're actually got any real units, and they probably do.
All good, sir.
I mean, given that this front right now is not super important, we're gonna pull these guys back. And probably raise a brigade here if we can. In this circumstance, I need to form a picket line. I don't necessarily need to form a aggressive picket line. So let's just mass uproot a bunch of light infantry. We'll give them the newfangled armor. Yep, that's all we got. Logistics, probably? Yeah, that's our logistics limit. Okay. Not so far. That'll hopefully give us some more guys to form a proper picket to keep these guys from just rolling through our territory. Though there's a decent possibility they'll start slurping up quite a bit of our territory as we're trying to form that picket.
On the way! Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. Fire.
making use of our ammunition while we have it in the front.
Aye, aye, sir. Aye, aye, sir.
Okay. And our petrol's suddenly going down a lot. Might have lost some delivery from zone effects, I'm thinking. Reminder to myself to
Aye,
drop
aye,
more
sir.
peripheral mines. And play the unification card before we end the turn.
Affirmative.
Still in good terms, but they have refused to unify with us. Such a sad day. One thing that I'm not too worried with Bronbun over here is they're likely heavily out of position. Because my experience, the diplomacy AI and the I'm going to declare war on you AI, they don't talk to each other. So it's not like it gives hints like, hey, I'm about to go to war with these guys, you should pre-position troops. So there's probably nothing really on the Bronbun front right now. And they also ended up with a war with the other major, so they've got two fronts to deal with. So while I do need to form a proper picket on it, I don't need to be in full panic mode. Though that's about as annoyingly bad for the units up there as you can possibly get. Hey, you know that logistics situation you probably need? You know, you might want food and bullets. Yeah, the enemy has just taken your road, so no bullets for you. No food for you. Such a sad day. Granted, the inverse is also true, because they barely took anything, so I'm going to take their equivalent to the road from them. So this is just going to be a whole chaos. All chaos. No org. No order. Oh, looks like they're pulling out of the positions where I want to try and circle attacking them. We killed 200, we lost 100. Wildlife zones reach 54. Probably more rear getting assets.
Order
It's
acknowledged.
fine. Probably mining
Aye,
robotization.
aye, sir.
How goes the field testing on the tanks? Yeah, we're probably at the point where it's time to put that field testing to work. Now let's do the steel to polymer swap. It roughly doubles the armor without raising, with having the weight. Liquid armor has some specialty effects, I think. Forget against what armor types? Or what weapon types? I think it's like lasers or something.
Copy that.
Well, the new tanks will be more mobile than the old ones.
Order acknowledged.
And we got a couple empty oil wells that we should fill back up with this effect.
Aye, aye, sir.
Lost 2 levels, it's not down level 2, but it's got another 10,000 in it. I need another military commander.
Affirmative.
Okay, and we have 2 commanders, so we can have 1 for each brigade.
Yes.
And... oh, well, there it is. I was about to say, we've run out of unification. No, we haven't.
Affirmative.
It doesn't mean that's going to succeed, but we haven't run out of unification yet. And the other one we're going to do is more peripheral mining.
Aye, aye,
So we
sir.
can get the other oil well going again. Okay, that's our maneuver. Well, the tanks here aren't going to be able to cut off the guy here that was trying to cut off. Instead, they'll be able to cut off these guys here instead, so we will still get a cut off.
See you on the other side.
All clear, sir. Call in the tanks.
Yeah, well, that's what you are. Go in, tanks. Do your best.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so we've driven guys out of one hex, cleared the guys that were in a different hex. Let's carry an air attack on this hex.
Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
Tanks don't yet have the mobility to go around. Probably not going to send the tanks into the city, because I don't see a good search or a good reason to at this point. It's going to be better to attack the savanna grassy plains behind the city instead. Maybe more targets and more things to hit with the shells. actually managed to
Aye,
kill
aye,
something.
sir.
Damage reports actually imply that we may have killed 2 things, but... Hopefully this is something,
Yes, sir,
Marauder
we're
E.
going in.
Yeah, those don't look like Marauders.
Mission completed.
Did manage to still defeat them, so that'll be fine. It's playing out. Don't really have the political power. Well, I might have the political power. Let's double check quickly. Yeah, let's go ahead and pick up another military leader, because otherwise we're out of leaders, and probably raise one more brigade. We'll try to form the picket over here. The road come up from the south, the road come up from the north. Probably the north. To be fair, I might actually just strategically deploy them to this road next turn. We'll see how the enemy moves over the end turn. These guys will be able to form picket along here. These guys will be in the middle. These guys will be in the top, and hopefully we'll have the militia resupplied before too many of them starve. And then we'll have a full picket on these guys, and we'll at least know what we're dealing with as far as incomings. Would like to free up the motorized units. But at the same time, at some point I'd like to get rid of the Arachnids, so... Can't have everything. Well, can't have everything at the same time.
Sir, yes, sir. Order
We haven't
acknowledged.
upgraded you to 5. Okay, so that's a little bit more bureaucracy. More bureaucracy equals more political power, which equals
Copy that.
more stuff. More choices. Hopefully good choices. Okay, let's... I think we're in a good place to cycle the turns. Let's cycle that turn. You can see what the major's going to do. One of them sort of runs back towards their own supply, and the other one just kind of wanders around a little bit. Yeah, so we're going to be able to link up with the militia before they start having supply issues. The one that didn't run back to their territory is probably not escaping. Unless it's like a merc or something. Do believe they can hire the mercs off the local xenology as easily as we can, so it's quite plausible that these are mercs that don't need supply and that's why they ran so deep. If that's not the case, then they made a mistake. They made a big mistake. There's Queenshire, which is the half of that schism. One that we've mostly been fighting. 8 decisions, lots of decisions on our turn.
Copy that.
Oh, I think I might need extreme vehicles for heavy tanks. That's might be why I'm not seeing them be discovered yet. Okay, let's do extreme vehicles then.
Order acknowledged.
I suppose if I ever deploy motorbike troops, we might want to upgrade the motorbike troops. Then the charged rifles. I'm surprised we can take them to padded, not combat armor. Okay. Runners, yes, we give you full support to deal with them. Hopefully you keep them reasonably under control. And they don't, of course.
Copy that.
Extend the mine, and we do have a mine with reserves of 0, so we'll go ahead and upgrade it.
Aye, aye,
Roll to
sir.
get some reserves in it. We get 40,000 reserves in it. It's now down to level 1, so it's a pretty bad mine at this point. But alien natives want an official peace treaty. We accept.
Affirmative.
You are better than the brigade deserves, but you're getting the job. Welcome to the job. I think that was the aliens down here. Peace. No? Maybe. Oh no, it was these ones. Apparently they were not at peace with them before. Okay. And we've reacquired our road. Ah, see why they YOLO'd off into our territory. They were some tanks. And they thought they could get away with it. They may not have been wrong, but well, I think I'm leaning more and more towards they were very wrong. And we have a big metal shortage. What's eating all the metal? Maybe it's a combination of the bureaucratic offices I'm building and the unit I just built, brigade I just built. So it could also be that I'm moving around a lot of units with strategic redeployments. Maybe we didn't have any logistical capacity left for. You know, I'm surprised you aren't able to get into that hex. Interesting. Oops, that wasn't what I meant to do. It's not a big problem, but it's not what I meant to do.
See you on the other side.
All clear, sir. On the way. Whiskey Tango Foxtrot.
End of airstrike. Target destroyed. National troops, please clear the pocket made by the destruction of those forces.
Flank us.
And our forces continue their advance. See, other than the fact that for some reason we can't go from there to there, I guess there's like a major river or something going along here that I'm having difficulty seeing. Just having crossing problems with. Given that, we got 3 artillery units here.
Opening fire.
Use the power of our guns. Apparently we killed them all. Surprise, they're all dead. Oh yeah, definitely some sort of major river there, because we're paying 110 action points to cross a river. Or rather I say, we're paying 110 action points to fail to cross a river. Before we commit our... We don't have enough readiness. Never mind. Commit the blind fire artillery strike. We'll be relying on those shell cameras to see where we're hitting.
Aye, aye, sir.
And who'd have guessed that the shell cameras didn't really tell us enough to do any real damage? Preparation for your expansion. I see we're on one side of the mountain with the road here, so we'll start having action points coming down the side of the mountain as well. Action point problems coming down the side of the mountain. But this is just possibly a temp road until we spin off of here. In which case, this road will probably I'll probably come back and turn this road off. This section, this fork of the road off, because it's not going to be participating as much. Yeah, I think that's the turn. We will play that unification attempt. It'll probably fail like it usually has. Yep. Let's, just in case we lose one over the end turn, let's go and recruit a couple of mercs. Or not a couple of mercs, a couple of military leaders. Am I out? I might be out. I might be down to only mercs at this point. We'll hire a couple generic civilians then. They won't be super great at commanding, but if we need to, we can use them to command. And we'll... actually, looking at the time, this is probably where I should put the cut in. And this is also where the end of the stream is going, so I'm going to do a little bit of checking over some stuff, so we can see our expansion is giving us more deposits that we haven't found yet. Could roll some archaeology. Victory state for the end of the stream. We are up and coming. We've moved from spot 5 to spot 3 in the duration of the stream. Proverbially, we're now on the podium, and if we wanted to, via the powers of diplomacy, we could be number 2 on the podium. We're not in a winning spot yet. We're quite a way off from winning, right? So if we'd signed a victory pact with our good friends the Hold, we'd be at about 25.6. So we'd be in second. And that might be something to remember as we go along, right? If Brandenbund, right, start taking off, we may do that to deny him the victory. Because he'd have to be 25% more than the two of us combined, which is unlikely. Surprisingly, out of the 5 players that are really in this game at this point, we actually have the lowest population. And we surprisingly don't have very much of the planet either. So those are 2 places where we can really take off if things start going well. Doubly so, if these guys ever get integrated with us, they've got another 100,000 population worth of people to join us. But yes, this is roughly where I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. We can do some basic looking around the map. Administrative strain is roughly where we left at the beginning of the game. On the capital. Looks like the same over here. Administrative strain may have improved it here, actually. Nope, administrative strain is also minus 10% here. So it looks like the administrative strain has stayed about the same. Which makes sense, because we mostly be building stuff within six axes of the capital, or of the zone control. And very little out in the distance besides just raw roads. And we've sort of encircled these guys. Not in a position to seriously attack these guys right now. They still got too much radius, and most of the guys we have out here aren't... Well, most of the guys that we have out here aren't designed to fight tanks, so... Yeah. On the other hand, them once they're out of supply for an extended period of time, their readiness will go down. So in a couple turns, we'll be able to deal with these two guys. And then we might actually just start pushing into Brunburn. Casually. I'm probably not going to deploy. The tanks aren't going to get deployed there. The tanks are going to get left to continue to deal with these arachnids. I'd like to get rid of the rest of the arachnids. So the tanks may get pulled out if something goes horribly wrong. But yeah, so this is where I'm going to head to end the stream. Hope you've been enjoying it. If you're watching on YouTube, there presumably probably will be another part up tomorrow. As I've got 5 days or so to record the next part. If you're watching on Twitch, I hope you've been enjoying it. Be on the lookout for when I post to the schedule when the next one will be, if you want to see the next part. Either way, I hope you've all been enjoying it. Catch you in the next part. Bye for now.